Hey, what's up? It's Spaz the Magician here, and yes, I know my hair's a mess. I don't really care at this point. I'm basically making this video to address a lot of the comments that are being said underneath the videos that I'm making about the magic lesson, the computer, things like that, especially to somebody named Mike who's been cordial, great. I did learn some things from his video, but enough is enough. So first of all, just because you guys understand something doesn't mean everybody does. And just because nobody mentions it doesn't mean there's not a problem. For me, I don't care. I'll mention anything. And people are like, how do you not know that? You got to be trolling. I don't care. It's a problem. Maybe people don't bring it up because they're embarrassed, or maybe they just don't want to deal with the types of comments that are people leaving under mine. But the fact of the matter is, how can you seriously sit there and say a video I'm showing that I'm pointing out these issues are that other people have had the same problems as a troll video? I'm sorry if we don't know this stuff, but hey, what can you do? Deal with it. That brings me to the point on Mike saying, "Oh, I can't wait to install your CPU because I'm going to get popcorn for that." You can say all the sarcastic comments you want to me. I'm an entertainer. That stuff doesn't bother me. I don't really care. I'm just pointing out the facts of this. But to actually come at me as like, "How is this possible? I can't wait to see this." I got news for you. My computer's already put together. This doesn't have to do with me. This has to do with other people and the problems that the manufacturers do that nobody else is afraid to say because of the stuff people are talking about in the net. So let me get a couple of things straight. First of all, it took me 9 hours to put my entire computer together. A little over 9 hours. Now you can say, how does that take 9 hours? Because it did. Let me explain this. I had no idea how to read the diagrams in this. I had no idea what I was looking at, what wires were for what. Now you can say, oh, how do you not know that? That is because I don't know how to read the manuals, because the way to read the manuals have to be taught to you. It's an electronic. Now, looking back, I can sit and say, now that I have all this information, how you would ask that question. But the fact remains is that's not relevant. The fact is I didn't know this stuff, and I had to have a friend of mine on the phone with me, going back and forth, sending pictures, doing videos about what goes where. It's that simple. So to act as if how is this not possible, or how can you not know this stuff, doesn't matter. That's not your call to be dictating what somebody does or doesn't need for instructions. And it's a lot of people get annoyed with people. This is why people get annoyed with you guys, because it's like, oh, you're going to be trolling. Who the hell are you to say that just because you understand that? I get it, but you can't be dictating what somebody needs for help. Sorry, it's not how this works. And I have a problem with companies not explaining stuff. It is their job to explain how to do their products, period. This is something that mystifies me about why people think this way on the net. As far as looking stuff up, you can't, because a lot of these videos and what everybody does is they don't go over terminologies, labels, things like that, and all the other stuff that I talked about. And you guys act like they don't need that. Again, that's not for you to dictate. You don't get to tell somebody what they need for instructions. But the fact of the remains is, if something requires steps A, B, C, and D, and somebody starts at E and skips all those, that's not a tutorial and that's not an instruction, because what leads up to E is needed. To dictate, well, that's common sense or whatever else it is idiotic. And no, nobody can look this stuff up, because when you do, this is what you run into. Going to a forum or putting these videos out tells people, well, you go to a forum, they tell you to Google it, and then Google tells you to go to the forum. It's just never-ending circle jerk. And so the point here is that this stuff happens. I point it out, and I'm sorry you guys don't get this, but you cannot be telling people that how do you have a problem with this? I find this hard to believe. Doesn't matter what you find hard to believe. It happens. So anyway, I just wanted to get that out. I am going to be making the other parts of this video about all the components I had, where I got them, things like that, because the answer is going to surprise you. And again, I'm going to turn this into a magic lesson. It's just a little bit of time. So that being said, Spaz the Magician signing out. Have a good one. And Mike, thanks a lot. I appreciate you being cordial with this.